Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about surprising things that can irritate sensitive skin in the perimenopause and menopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. We do know that your skin becomes more sensitive and reactive during the menopause, and there can be many common irritants, but today I'm going to talk mainly about ones that may be quite surprising, that you might not even have connected to what's going on with your skin. So the reason why your skin can become much more sensitive during the menopause, it can be due to estrogen. Falling estrogen makes your skin thinner and drier and more reactive because of that. We know too that falling estrogen can affect the hydration of the skin, and that can be a factor too. So the symptoms you can experience in this one, it would be things like red skin. Your skin might suddenly just come up in a red lump or bump. It could be itchy. You could end up with a group of spots. It could be hives or what we call urticaria. What can happen too is you can become more allergic to things that you were originally allergic to. So that could be things like pet hairs, dust mite, that kind of thing too. It could also mean that skin conditions that you already have, such as eczema, can flare up more readily and can be much more uncomfortable than what happened before. So the common irritants which happen to a lot of women, so it can be your shower gels, it can be your body creams, it can be your makeup. I actually had a friend who'd used the same mascara for many years. Suddenly it was making her eyes water every single time she put it on. It could also be washing powder, because what you wash your clothes in, your clothes are then going to be on your skin possibly for hours at a time. It could also be your bed linen too. It's something we tend not to think about, that our sheets and our duvets and everything are in contact with our skin for maybe 8 or 9 hours at a time. It could also be the actual material that you are wearing. Some people tell me that they can no longer wear wool or natural fibres because their skin gets really itchy with this. But there can also be some really surprising ones, and one of them is your deodorant or antiperspirant. And I was asked about this just a few weeks ago, which prompted me to think, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot more things that may be surprising that we don't realise that can give us all these allergic reactions. So what can happen, if you think about it, a lot of the deodorants, and especially the antiperspirants, they are really high in chemicals because they're blocking your pores. And some of these antiperspirants can last for up to 24 hours. So your poor skin under your arms isn't getting a chance to breathe, but also the skin under your arms can become much more sensitive to all the chemicals that are in these antiperspirants. So you can look at changing over to natural brands of deodorants. And just remember too that if your underarm is blocked and you get hot flushes or sweats, where are the sweats going to go? And very often, if you're wearing antiperspirants, you will sweat from your face up. So there can often be a link between your antiperspirant and facial flushes. So maybe go with just deodorants and see how you get on with those. It can also be food. We've noticed too, so many more people coming to us saying that foods that they've had for many years and are used to them are suddenly causing skin irritations and the redness and rashes. So very often it could be things like sugar, dairy products. It can also be spicy foods. That seems to be quite a big trigger as well. It could also be alcohol. A lot of people tell us they can't even enjoy their favourite tipple now because they'd suddenly come up in rashes and lumps and bumps. It can also be jewellery. Some people, especially silver, I think nickel as well is another one that can be quite allergic and can bring rashes onto the skin, especially the ears. I get ladies tell me that they can no longer wear pierced earrings because their ears start to get rashes when they put their earrings in. It can be due to stress. Stress delivers hormones such as histamine, and histamine will cause skin rashes too. And another really interesting one, which I hadn't really thought about until I was out in the cold the other day, was that you get the cold wind and suddenly your eyes start to water. But the cold can also bring you out in skin rashes as well if you get really chilled. There's also the other end of the scale. Your skin can become much more sensitive to the sun. You can get sunburn. And remember too that in the winter, sort of here in the UK, if you've got your central heating on, the air becomes much drier, and that can cause your skin to become much more reactive as well. So what can you do here to help yourself? Loads of water, because you want to keep the skin nicely hydrated to stop that sensitivity in the first place. Look at supplements such as sea buckthorn oil capsules, which are wonderful for helping to keep the skin nice and moisturized. You could look at neem cream if your skin is itchy, lumpy, bumpy and red. Keep a food diary if you think it's food that's causing it. And also just change over to organic body products, washing powders, etc. And you may find that makes a lot of difference. If it's stress that does it, if you find that the more stressed you get, the more reactive your skin is, then look at stress remedies or go for magnesium or a vitamin B complex. So I hope you find this one helpful. If any of you out there have had or been in this situation and you have found that you've reacted to something, please let us know, because it's amazing how your questions and your answers help me on a daily basis to look at more subjects that I can cover as well. So we always really appreciate all those comments that come after a video. So until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A Vogel Talks Menopause.